Hello, today I am going to speak about value education contest conducted by ISKCON. So, before I speak about this contest, I would like to share a few thoughts. What is the real goal of education? The real goal of education is not to just create some toppers, some degree holders. The real goal of education is to create happy individuals who can positively contribute to the society. But how can they do it? To do that, every one of us should learn about C-cube formula. What is C-cube? The first C is competence, second C is character, third C is culture. I repeat, competence, character and culture. You must be wondering, what are these? The first thing is competence. Competence means learning the skills. What skills? You go to the school, you learn maths, physics, chemistry, life sciences, social sciences. Later you become engineer, doctor, lawyer and accountant, right? Maybe a scientist. Now, when you learn these skills, you can get a job and you can contribute to the society by developing the technology. But by doing that, so you can earn your bread and butter, maintain your family and yourself. But is that just enough to become happy? If so, you can see advanced countries like America and Japan. Do you think everyone is happy there? If so, why so many people are committing suicide? It means there is something lack, something missing in the life. That is character and culture. What is character? So, to understand what is character, we need to understand few principles to understand the importance of character. The first thing is, there is a saying in English, if wealth is lost, nothing is lost. If health is lost, something is lost. If character is lost, everything is lost. So one's character should be built on strong values and principles like love, compassion, forgiveness, tolerance, regulated lifestyle, good habits, controlled mind and controlled senses. And how do one build these strong values in oneself? Before we understand that, I would like to want you to understand how important these values are. Now let's say that you go to a mango plantation, you see a big mango tree. The first question you ask is, wow, what mango tree is this? How tasty is it? How many mangoes does it produce in a year? But we never ask one important question. How is it getting nourished? It's getting nourished through the roots. And if you take the tree and cut all the branches, if the roots are intact, if you pour the water, everything will come back. You must have observed in the rainy season, same thing. And even there is a cyclone, there is a storm. If the roots are strong and deep, the tree never falls. Similarly, in our life, if our roots are strong, those are values are strong, even we get a happiness or distress of cyclone, we never shake. We are always strong. Even there is a different reversals, complete reversals for whatever we do in our life, we never collapse. If our value system is strong, if we are internally strong. So similarly, I'll give an example to understand the difference between competence, having just competence, and having competence with character. For example, if I ask you whether knife is good or bad, it depends upon who is using it. For example, if you give a knife to your mother, she will cut the vegetables and make nice preparation to eat. But if you give the same knife to a doctor, he is going to save a person's life. But we have to understand that if you give that knife to a thief, he is going to cut throat of a person and he is going to rob him. So that knife is like skill. Usage of that knife is like a skill. But if you don't use it with the right values, then we are going to ruin completely ourselves. So, is knife good or bad depends upon how you are using it. Similarly, the competence skills, good or bad, depends upon how you are going to use it. So, what I would like to say is that we need to build this strong character based on the highest moral values and the great principles given in ancient India. That's what we get from our culture. See, in our ancient Indian culture, we have scriptures like Ramayana, Mahabharata, Srimad Bhagavatam, right? And that scriptures gave us the scripture like Bhagavad Gita. So, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna beautifully explains about divine qualities and demoniac qualities. What are the divine qualities? As we are discussing here, love, compassion, forgiveness, gratitude, right? Controlling one's own mind, reading the scriptures. But what are the demoniac qualities like lust, greed, anger, pride? These are the bad qualities. So, for you to understand these principles, competence, character and culture apply in your life, we got this contest before you. And this contest we have been doing in India from last 10 years and more than 8 lakh students participated. Now, you got an opportunity to take part in it. So the registration fee is just 100 rupees. If you pay 100 rupees, we are going to give you a Bhagavad Gita, which has all 709 shlokas with translation and purport. So how these shlokas can be applied in your life? But I know that being student, you are busy with your studies. You may not get a lot of time to study this complete book, but you want to understand a few principles. So based on that, this small booklet is being made. So this booklet basically has questions based on competence, character and culture. For example, in competence you have art of concentration, positive thinking, skill of smart work, self-control, health and regulation. As a part of the character, respect for all religions, non-violence, truthfulness, cleanliness, how to cultivate them. And as a part of the culture, what is devotion, goal of life, yoga for modern age, and all these things are being discussed nicely. And there are 100 questions in this. You can answer these questions. We are going to put it online. You can answer the questions. Once you answer this quiz, then we are going to choose first, second, third and a lot of consolation prizes. As a first prize, we are going to give worth of 5,000 rupees prize. As a second prize, we will give you 3,000. As a third prize, we are going to give 2,000 rupees worth prize. Now, and also there are more than 10 consolation prizes. But what is important here is, you can take the Bhagavad Gita and if you read this small book in which the slokas relevant for you as a student to learn about competence, culture and character is nicely explained and asked in this book, which you can refer this Bhagavad Gita and answer them. So thank you very much. I strongly recommend you to take participation in this value education contest conducted by ISKCON and take benefit out of it. Thank you.